At 42 years old, Michael Reyes was drowning in $48,000 of debt. He worked harder than ever, and still fell behind every month. No savings. No plan. No hope. But what if I told you that in just 2 years he completely turned his life around? He crushed his debt, built real wealth, and gave his family a future he once thought was impossible. This is not just another success story. This is proof that no matter how stuck you feel right now, it's never too late to change your life. Let's dive into Michael's journey and show you how you can start yours today. Michael Reyes thought life would look different. He had spent 2 decades working as a mechanic at the same auto shop in Phoenix, Arizona. His hands were calloused, his back ached every night, and he had always believed that hard work alone would bring stability. But stability never came. Despite clocking in endless overtime, Michael was living paycheck to paycheck. Worse, he carried $48,000 in debt, a mix of credit cards, medical bills from an old surgery, and a truck loan he could barely keep up with. Every month felt like quicksand. No matter how hard he fought, he sank deeper. He used to joke with his buddies at the shop, "At this rate, I'll retire when I'm 90? If I'm lucky." But deep down, the laughter masked a growing, gnawing fear. What if I never get out? Michael's life was a blur of bills and broken promises to himself. He kept telling his wife Lisa, "Next year will be better." But next year never came. Every financial emergency, a broken water heater, a dental bill for his teenage daughter, went straight onto another credit card. His mailbox was a minefield of past due notices. He avoided answering unknown phone calls because they were almost always collectors. There were nights he lay awake staring at the ceiling, heart pounding, doing math he couldn't win. If I pay this minimum, but the interest, what about the truck payment? He felt trapped, exhausted, and ashamed. Was this all there was? One Sunday afternoon, Michael was flipping through TV channels when he landed on a show about ordinary people getting out of massive debt. He watched, arms crossed skeptically at first, but then, one story hit him hard. A man who looked just like him in his 40s, blue-collar worker, crushed by debt, until he turned it all around. The man said one sentence that punched Michael in the gut. "You're not stuck because you're broke. You're stuck because you don't have a plan." Michael turned off the TV and just sat there. For the first time, he stopped blaming his boss, the economy, or bad luck. He realized he had given up control of his own life. That night, he sat at the kitchen table with Lisa. "We can't keep living like this," he said. "I don't know all the answers yet, but I'm ready to change. Are you with me?" Tears welled up in her eyes. "Always," she whispered. The next day, Michael dove headfirst into learning about money. He started with a simple personal finance book he found at the library, then binge-listened to financial podcasts during his long commutes. Here's what Michael did, step by step. Created a zero-based budget. Every dollar had a purpose. No more guessing where the money went. Built a $1,000 starter emergency fund. Fast. He sold and used tools, an old dirt bike, and anything they didn't need. Attacked debt using the debt snowball method. He listed debts smallest to largest, regardless of interest rate, and focused all extra money on the smallest one to build momentum. Picked up side gigs. Michael started offering mobile oil changes on weekends for friends and neighbors, making an extra $400 to $600 a month. Cut lifestyle spending. No eating out, no new clothes, no vacations until they were debt-free. They cooked cheap meals, canceled subscriptions, and even rented out their spare bedroom for 6 months. He wasn't just working harder, he was working smarter. The first 6 months were brutal. There were fights over money. There were moments Michael wanted to quit, especially when a transmission repair wiped out their emergency fund in one blow. But there were also victories. Paying off the first $600 credit card. Then a $2,400 medical bill. Then the $5,000 truck loan. Each debt they eliminated felt like shedding a 50-pound backpack. They celebrated every milestone with a $5 pizza night, still frugal but joyful. Michael also started investing small amounts into a Roth IRA, even while paying off debt, just to build the habit. He learned that starting small is better than waiting for someday. 2 years after that night in the kitchen, Michael made his final debt payment. For the first time since his 20s, he owed no one a single penny. Today, Michael is 46, debt-free with an emergency fund, a retirement account growing steadily, and a side business that turned into a full-fledged mobile mechanics company. He now earns more working for himself than he ever did at the shop. He sets his own hours. Lisa went back to school to pursue her dream of becoming a nurse, something they thought they could never afford. Last Christmas, Michael paid for their family vacation to Colorado, cash. No guilt. No interest payments lurking in the background. When he pulled his daughter on a sled through the snowy hills, laughing breathlessly under the crisp sky, he realized, this is what financial freedom feels like. Not yachts. Not mansions. Moments, peace, choice. It's never too late to rewrite your own financial story. You could be 22 or 42, what matters isn't your age, your job, or your past mistakes. What matters is your decision to take control, to fight for your future, one step, $1 at a time. Michael wasn't special. He wasn't lucky. He simply chose to believe that he could change. And so can you. Your best financial years are still ahead if you're willing to begin today. If you found hope or inspiration today, make sure you hit that subscribe button, leave a like and comment to inspire others. There are many more real stories coming that could change your life too. Believe in yourself. Start today. Your future is waiting.